Worry about it though.
But let me tell you something. There's so many lessons in their music. Like if you dissect Toiletisha, that was a whole thing about a girl being pregnant and having an abortion on the toilet and her mom finding her.
Well, hello YouTube. Thank y'all for joining Everything Culture Sunday Happy Hour. I'm Drake, B Drake with the show, with Everything Culture, the creator and host. We come on every Sunday where we have discussions about, our most recent episodes. We talk about what's going on in society and community. And yeah, we're here to support one another. So thank y'all for joining. If you'd like to join us live on Zoom, always hit us up for the link in the information. If you just want to come on YouTube and you just want to be in the comments, you're perfectly fine with it as well. We appreciate you for joining us. But we're here right now. We have Jay, we have Jaya, we have T, and we have Shan. Y'all can see Shan though. She just rolling. You see her with the gangster lean, mama duties and all that. And we were just talking about Outkast and their music and their influence on our culture and our children and the future. So yeah, hey, y'all raise y'all kids how y'all raise y'all kids. All right, that's the best way I can tell you. And whatever, because people, you still figuring it out. I was like, it's time to introduce certain things to kids. That's my
yes. But you know what? I just had a conversation with Anya in the car while we was going this way about. And it wasn't like we were talking about it, but it just came in my head. And I'm just like, this is the prime time for me to have this conversation where, whatever you feeling or if somebody makes you feel a way, how you as a brown skinned child cannot act in school and how that record will follow you into high school. And when you become an adult, they'll lock you up and say you got 3 charges against you from your record. And also, if somebody makes you upset on the internet, these are the things that you cannot say because it's looked at as a terroristic threat. Even if you don't mean it, these words you cannot say. And I think for today's kids, that's something that you have to tell them because there's chats on games, there's chats on their iPad, there's chats on YouTube, and there's just certain things where I really feel like a lot of these kids are not emotionally intelligent, where they just spew stuff. And even if they didn't really mean it, an FBI agent at the front door is gonna be like, who said this? You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like it's very important that you educate your kids on what they cannot say.
Well, that's relevant, yes. So that's good parenting. I would say that as well. You got people teach their kids the exact opposite. A lot of folks, hey, sister girl Jess.
Hello.
A lot of folks teach their kids to be menaces in society. That's just the truth.
Or a lot of them don't teach them at all. Just let them run rampant.
All those are absolutely true. And it's like, I tell people when you get online, especially being Black, you'll get called some certain things when you get on. And that's why you got to be careful. And as a parent, you should protect and inform your children before they step out the house of what they should expect to have happen to them. A lot of people are not very observant to that. The best way I can put it.
Yeah, and a lot of it when it comes to other people of a particular skin tone, when things are said, is not looked at as a crime or something derogatory. But if we mention something, it's just like flag, violation, this can be interpreted as such and such, and there is a bias online depending on what you look like.
Yeah. But let's erase the internet. What's the difference?
Okay.
Have anything changed?
No. I don't think so.
Let me tell you, I had that conversation.
They're emboldened. I think it's worse. They're more emboldened because you get to hide behind your keypad. You get to hide behind your avatar. You get to hide behind so many things. So I think it's worse than probably. I ain't gonna say it's worse, but I think
I can't say it's worse either. It shifted.
Yeah, it's shifted. It's like it's a new generation of it, and they really don't care because they can hide.
Agreed. That's exactly where I'm at. But the thing is, we can hide too. There's so many things that can go about it, but I've seen a level when it comes down to internet avatars. People can create what they want to create, but it is real unique. Because we've had this conversation. Ooh, I don't want to say a year, but it was a minute ago. We had this conversation talking about avatars. It was a artist that created. Thank you for all the love in the chat, Jay. Hey, sister, what's up, Anki? That's my big little sister right there. But my thing is, it's real difficult because it was an artist, a white artist, that was making content with a black avatar, a AI character, but it was a black woman, and he was getting paid by fashion designers or do runway shows, AI runway shows, because everything's going meta, all right. But they were getting paid from that level, but it was going to a white man, but with the look of a black woman.
I remember that.
Yeah, remember having this conversation before, and it's that mindset. It's like it's, but that ain't nothing new either, because if you look at the history of black media, before we even got on the television, they had white people playing us. Amos and Andy.
Yeah.
Radio. They were depictions of us. Blackface come from that. So that's why it comes to artificial blackface. And same thing when I play in video. I don't know how many gamers we have in here. I heard Jay play the game. I know Baylor play the game. But how often do y'all play 2K? And you like it's you get on the mic and this is 7 foot, like I'm not I'm 5'9", okay, so I know I'm not. I try to keep my character maybe 5'11", I'm gonna play the point most time, but if I want to be a center, I can be a center. But and if somebody because you're creating something fictional, if you play let's call it Skyrim, if you play all these different things, you could be a damn wolf, a vampire, all these different things, fictional things. But I'm always, every time I get a chance, I want to make sure my character black. That's just me. But I just find it unique that sometimes some of these folks be having these black characters and it ain't black people behind them. And they say it. I just find that so like, you have the option to be what you want to be. So I kind of sit back and learning what the world is going. I don't know how much y'all look into. I love Black Mirror, by the way. I don't know how much y'all look into what the future may be, but I kind of said this last week about how TikTok operates and how people are learning how to control other people. And it kind of goes into even, what's the movie with Get Out? It's going to get to the point where they're going to have the representation that look like us, because we're not going to be communicating as much as we do physically. A lot of people it's going to be a whole different word. The metaverse is a real thing that people are going to be a part of. And how would it relate for someone that is not black? Basically, we'll have a bunch of Rachel Dozelles out here.
It's easy to be infiltrated nowadays because a majority of people do not do their own research.
Yeah, you missed the first half of the conversation.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine, but that's what we were talking about earlier. People do not do research, just listen to people and go from what they think.
And I mean, they don't even try. They'll ask. No. They don't even try to use Google. They'll ask somebody in the comment section before they even try. They'll trust somebody in the comment section that they don't know before they will even hit a Google up. Mm-hmm. And Google might even be wrong, but get something where you can get an inference from in Google at least. But they'll trust somebody in Google before somebody in the comment section with no face or what have you, and before they will go check for themselves. That amazes me.
So
I feel like a lot of times.
Is that my best friend going off like that? That's my best friend.
What's up, Baylor?
Hey, Baylor. Going off right now.
Hey, Lo. Hey,
I feel like people who use avatars or the likeness of black people who are not black, they do it so they can get away with saying things that in society only black people have the okay to say.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't sit and say on a platform, let's say for stereo, you use avatars and you speak to people. It's a lot of people that might pop into the show, drop a comment. The avatar looks black. What they saying is something that would have been disrespectful if you weren't black. But then we have to own you sound other than black, and you're talking to me in a way where you shouldn't be using these words. But how
and they'll try flipping on you and say,
yes.
what does black sound like? But
yes.
I think that's a show. I think we got my boy Delvin would probably be a good cat to host a show like that as well. But I want to ask those players, what is it about them creating something? Because as a kid who grew up playing video games and still play video games, when they do have a creating a player option, I always look to create a person of my image.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Even when it's a sport that might be dominated by other races, such as like wrestling. You know what I mean? I'll create a black wrestler, but I would love to hear from their point of view what it feels like, or what does it mean for them to create a black person.
Agree. And that could be a future conversation, the culture of gaming. Oh, that's coming up in the future. But because exactly that. I don't know even want to game because gaming is now becoming such a bigger thing that's beyond gaming, like with the Sims. What is it called? Like Second Life. A lot of these games now are like a different persona.
Yo, when I tell you Sims is like, that is the metaverse.
That's
like
what I'm saying.
The first level of it. And that started a long time ago. Like, people really get lost. They get lost in that game.
So, and people game. So because currency, money, all this stuff is you have your faith and your belief in. Kind of like with VC. What's the other books they have on Fortnite? Oh my God! What up? What's the one on
Roblox?
Robux, whatever. Man, them kids be begging for that money. Ain't it real? But they want that. That's
Fortnite,
the money that matters to them.
Or some shit like that. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's the money that matters to them. Not George Washington, not Benjamin Franklin. V-Bucks. Thank you, Jay. V-Bucks.
Anya is over here, and I do not allow her to be on that game because a lot of grown men and women pedophiles be in there talking to these kids, and I'm just like, no.
Hey, I don't know. Baylor did. We don't know. Jay would. As soon as a kid try to hop on the game with me, and they know it. These kids know it. They'll be quiet. Somebody will jump on. They don't say nothing for a while. Then next thing you know, hey guys, get your ass out of here.
The day I played 2K,
they're not.
The day I played 4K, and on 2K, we go to the rec center.
Yes.
So it ain't no telling who you gonna end up with. But if you come up on a cat or two, they might invite you to a private party. Watch first of all, it's a private party. Okay, that's a red flag in itself. But I mean, that's how PS set it up. Yeah. So I got invited to this private party, and it was 4 other cats, and so we're basically making a team. We're gonna play the game all day, and I was on there with a guy that was in his 30s, and then the other 3 were all teenagers, and I didn't find that out until we was playing the game, because the dude was like, "Yeah, I got probably another game to go because my mom is, I got to go out somewhere." And I'm like, "Wait a minute."
Yeah, it is like it's just that fast. It's just that fast.
Wait a minute. You know what I mean? But when they online talking, you don't pick up on it until like something natural happens. Like their mom end up calling them in the background, or them saying that they got to leave.
Let them be on the swing. Don't let nobody.
Them cats is crazy online, man. But they young too. They young, old. It's weird.
Now,
don't go near them trees.
Now, if it's a family member, a little cousin, I remember one of my little cousins' friends was want to play. They were teenagers, and I'm like, they'll try. But personally, I play with you, my little cousin playing. And that's the thing with gaming. It's like it's a line you have to be aware because, but at the same time, I don't look to do so. It's a lot of weird folks out here. I be telling parents all the time, watch what your kids be doing.
Yeah, the crazy part is the way you guys are mindful of not being, I ain't playing with kids. I don't want to play with kids. It's a million people who aren't mindful like that.
Oh.
That's the crazy part. That's the
Okay.
and don't even think it's weird.
Okay. It was see, this is a conversation that this is gonna be an everything culture conversation. And I
don't even like playing the game with random people, let alone teenagers. I usually like to call people up that I know personally or whatever, because it can those video, and depending on which video games you playing, if you're a Call of Duty guy, where
I was
you
just
know
about to get into that.
Go ahead, brother, because it ranges from, these kids nowadays, they starting at like 7, 8, 9 years
5,
old.
6, and the thing, I'm like, how your mama they letting you on?
And yo, Drake, they straight snipers, though.
Yeah, that's why I'm like killers. See, that's another conversation that I probably shouldn't be saying. I know I should be streaming this side because these games are realistic. Okay,
they are, and that's I said I said, just not to shift the conversation. These police officers, they out here shooting like they playing the dang video game. That whole mentality of I'm gonna get you for you. Y'all act like these folks is leaving Earth and you ain't never gonna find them again. But truth be told, y'all playing like it's a video game.
They grew
because
up
they can.
They our age because they grew up playing. Like even like once again, this is I got to bring more people on that play because like Grand Theft Auto. They say all this about like if you have sense, you ain't gonna do none of that stuff with Grand Theft Auto. We know a lot of people without sense though. They were playing Grand Theft Auto.
Mm-hmm.
You know, conversations people talking about like they on TikTok. They be saying, "Man, sometimes I just want to swerve into the sidewalk." In real life, I'm like, see,
you need Jesus.
See,
yeah, just take their video game away from them. Take it away.
It's too late though. They grew up on it.
I feel like they get women because they get women in that game.
See, we ain't gonna go.
You know what's crazy?
The fact that women play the game too.
Are fetishizing, just what she said, fetishizing the avatars. It's like, what kind of weirdo are you?
Okay, see, at that point,
we got all these people with filters left and right too, and we got like I look like I ain't got kids. Once again, I'm not letting my kids wear filters. I'm like, I saw somebody that had filters on every one of their kids' photo. What do your kid ain't even go recognize their damn baby pictures because they got filters on them.
Right.
Hey, baby, you did not have hearts and rosy cheeks like that.
I have friends who don't show their kids on the internet and pictures no time. Every picture you see with their kid, the back is turned. And I understand it and I respect it.
I respect that because people would take their kids' pictures.
You know what's funny? When my kid was in kindergarten, you post the first day of kindergarten. I post the back of his head. Hey. My family gave me so much flack, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't post my kid on the internet.
And me and the missus already had that conversation, but it's so much to go into it. But I can't leave. One, we've talked about not listening to people online. That's valuable, or at least go back and do your research. Baylor, you there? I got to run this by Baylor. Hey, you know that video I was talking about earlier with the woman that said call CPS on herself?
Yeah. What is it called? PNA or something like that?
Yeah, whatever. You remember Peaches from back in the day?
Here's the thing, though, Drake. When you say something like that, like
I know.
I think 98% of Black families had a cousin or an auntie named
right.
Peaches.
Like
I know. And usually the Peaches is one that was wilding out. But you remember the online Peaches, the one used to do that crazy stuff. Like, she used to be pop. Unfortunately, I know Greg would know who I'm talking about. Shan know who I'm talking about too. She was like a large light-skinned woman. She used to do all type of crazy stuff, like put herself out there, moon people in middle of restaurants and stuff of that nature, flash folks like in public. That was her, Baylor. Her kids been removed from her.
Oh, they took her kids?
A long time ago. That's what I'm like. That's what I be trying to tell people. I'm like, she looked like she got sense now. But when I realized who this, I said, 'cause what they saying is the craziest shit. Who the hell would call CPS on it? Like, if you calling CPS on yourself, that means you really, really need the help. She using CPS like, oh, if you want a quick little check, just get them coming and help. Play with it if you want to.
And you put it online though.
The best, and put it online. The best comment I saw was, I wouldn't want them niggas to know my name. Okay. I don't want them to know either. And that's how I feel. I was like, But everybody,
I asked my wife about it. She said she ain't never heard anything about that.
But it's basically it's basically FBSS. So once again, you have investigations. The middle part where they don't remove the kids, but they provide services in the home, and then you have conservatorship. There is a source that they will help you out, but they will do an investigation. She talking about there's no investigation. Yes, they will. Yes, they will. That's what I'm like, and they talking about I've never seen anybody. I've seen. Don't listen to people. That's the only reason y'all can see my work. I can show y'all my resume. I got photos, pictures, cheese with kids. Okay, I can show y'all certifications. I can go through the whole gambit. This person don't listen to these folks out here, y'all. Folks crazy. And speaking of crazy, have y'all watched Swarm yet?
I watched some of it. I didn't finish.
Hey yo.
Yeah, I watched a few episodes last night.
I know. Hey, I love it. I finished it. I binged it Friday, knocked it out Saturday. Okay. It caught me with the first episode when they talking about when she eats Frenchies too. I like, oh yeah, this is about to be a hit. They already know what they talking about. And the reason why I love it so much, I think it's based off of real. Like somebody on Facebook in my chat, like, is this based off a real story? Because I know women like this. No.
In the episode, it did say initially that it was like,
but you know, they be fucking with people too. And the only reason it made me feel like it because Donald Glover is the one that did it. He always based some truth off this stuff. Like that whole series about that CPS case, and he bring in and I love how he bring. I love how he bring. It's a good story.
ASMR.
It's a good story.
You know what I would want to know? I would want to know how Beyonce feels about this because you know she got
right.
I don't
That's
think.
What I know. Like
Beyonce probably told he cool with Beyonce, and they showed it on the video. He in a future episode he kind of alludes to that. Yeah. I think Beyonce okay this.
Sharon, what'd you say about Beyonce? What happened? What?
I said I wonder if she watched this because I know Beyonce knows, especially with this tour, there are multiple people out here like that's risking their everything, don't have shit.
Yeah. To go.
And guess what? Beyonce also know she can't even control it no more.
No.
Y'all gotta, if you finish it though.
Yeah, she can't control those prices though, because those bots, if they can't control the bots, then it ain't nothing they can do about it.
But not even the prices, just the overall. I honor. You're a goddess. You're this. You're everything. You know
fandom.
Everything.
Idolization.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we go to the
Bible real quick? Can we go to the Bible?
She gotta rent out the whole Target just to go shopping like a regular person. So I'm pretty sure she knows it.
But can we go to the Bible real quick? Let's do that. So y'all maybe remember this fella by the name of Saul. He went blind for a little bit. He hated God. He hated anybody that believed in Jesus and all that. And he had to go blind for a little bit to find his way. And then he changed his name to Paul once, after he got his sight back and realized who the real true God was. Let's get into that. So there was a certain part where Paul was getting his. I want to curse because that's how I feel when I be talking about the Bible, so y'all can understand it. But the thing is, Paul was getting them hands everywhere Paul went. He would go to places, knew that they did not like Jesus, and he would speak on it like, "Hey, it is what it is." And whoever friends, I had Baylor with me one time, and Baylor be like, "Hey, yeah, we gonna talk about this," and they be like, Baylor be like, "Hey, man, they don't like us. Nah, we still gonna talk about Jesus." Me and Baylor getting them hands put on us. Baylor, then I bring Low with me. I'm still with it, but I'm getting them hands put on everywhere I'm going. Everywhere I go, I'm almost being killed. It was a certain point that they went somewhere and they healed someone. They, used Jesus to heal someone. All right. The thing is, they try to worship Paul and the dude that was with Paul. Paul and them like, hey, they were trying to call them like, what's the word? What's the word? They wouldn't try to call them Zeus, but what's the other? I can't think of the other previous pagan names, but it was like they're trying to say y'all the reason why we are living now. They're like, no, it's God. It's beyond us. It's bigger than us. And they're like, I mean, the masses was bowing down to them, loving them. And they're like, to the point where, man, nah, I'm human just like y'all. Took off their shirts, got out in the crowd with them. I'm just like y'all. This is bigger than us. Y'all don't give us no, we don't need any type of altar. We don't need any type of sacrifice. You need to give yourself to God. The people was like, oh, you don't want us worshiping you? Oh, we just got to kill you then.
Crazy.
Ain't nothing changed. Beyonce done told them already. But people don't want to look at that and listen to that. No worship me, and she talk about, but they want to hear and see what they want to see. Same thing with Michael Jackson. People don't talk about when Michael Jackson even died, how many people killed themselves. Excuse me, YouTube. Took they, unalive themselves.
All them people that was fainting at his concerts.
No, I'm not talking about fainting. I'm talking about taking.
I know, but I feel like that's crazy too. Like, even when I see people that see celebrities and they just out their mind, I'm just like, this is a person. They eat and that's like you.
So
I'm
that's
right
why
there with Shan because I'm from Philly and we seen celebrities all the time, New York, Jersey, Philly, and they just regular folk to us. But then the folk that's from out of town because they lose they shit. And we was like, okay, you saw Benny Siegel. What the hell? Ain't nobody really.
it's the same thing with rappers in Houston. Like when I moved to Houston, I saw Bun B, my favorite rapper, in Kroger's with me buying Raisin Bran. I like, hey, human. But same thing, like I love Jill Scott.
Hey, wait a minute.
Just go pause on that right there.
No, look, I'll let y'all get off.
If you from Philly, you will see Jill Scott, you will see Music Soul Child, you will see all of these people in the hood, not like downtown and Chestnut Hill. You see them in the hood because Jill Scott lived in North Philadelphia. Bilal, Music Soul Child to y'all.
I once again, like, cause some people like you ain't gotta be like I would look at Jill just like still.
Yeah.
But it could be one of the things like I ain't gonna pray. I know who my guy. I ain't go like for instance right now.
I'm a Michael Jackson fan, and I'll tell you right now, I ain't faint at their concert, and I had him all over my wall. But when he died, I paused, I said a prayer, and I moved the hell on.
Hey,
right.
I love Keith Lee right now. Dude's a genuine dude, but at the same time, he always said, I can't take credit for this. This guy right here. I prayed for this. He always get, and that's what I appreciate about him. But I'm like, but somebody go try to bring him down no matter what.
They are absolutely.
It's just that thing about that. And that's why you have to. And I appreciate him because if you put yourself on that pillar, people try to knock that pillar down every time. They're gonna try to defame you, and that's why you better not give it to yourself. But people ain't trying to hear that. People ain't trying to hear that.
Because your own people will only want you to go so high. And then after that, we feel like we get to determine how far down to bring you back.
Bingo. There you go, right there.
And that's when people from your past start to pop up and say, I knew him when he was riding a bike. Like, that don't matter. I don't care about him in his bike days. Here's the thing, though. We all come from places where, celebrities is like second nature out here, right? We not gonna talk about Jill Scott like that. You leave that woman alone, okay?
What did I say? All I said is just
talking about you talking about bath water that's about to get drunk, okay?
I'll taste it. Okay, let me stop. Okay.
Oh my God.
And the thing is, it's just like Tabitha Brown. I love.
I was getting ready to say you cheating on Tabitha.
No, Jill.
And then I didn't realize Tabitha only like 2-3 years older than me.
Yeah. She just so mature.
Yeah, her soul is up there.
But at the same, I got one of my homegirls. She was like, she a siren. She be having. Cause I was like, hey, whatever you think she is, I'm like, she just say things just soothe me. But she does it from the Bible though. That's what I appreciate. Now, if she just saying something that's different. But when I'm telling her that day, she was talking about, now, baby, you taking too much time folding them socks. I was like, oh Jesus. I had socks in my hand. I was oh, she talking to me. Hey, Angela, we grown over here. But all in all being said, it's just something, just be mindful of what you're doing, because the thing is, and the people in your surroundings, because once again, I'm telling you, Swarm, I don't want to ruin for you. I finished it. But some people didn't like the ending. I love the ending. They did a good job with it. They could have ended it a whole episode before. They could end it episode 6. And I've been like, this is Black Horror Humor Talk right here. All right.
Hello.
If they would have ended it on episode 6, I would have been scared. Ain't gonna lie. It would have been like one of the best horror movie endings or horror series ending. And it's simply because I'm from Houston. Oh, it gave me goosebumps. I like, you lying. They ain't doing this like that. Once again, but even with the episode 7 ending, I'm like, oh, I see, I like it, because it opens. Well, both of them open it up for more.
You want it? I got it, dripping like water.
Oh goodness. Oh my gosh. But yeah, y'all check out Swarm. And if you don't like it, I want to talk to somebody from the Beehive. Because on episode 7, they start calling it the Hive and all that. We all know what they talking about once again. But I'm like, I'm scared to talk about it at the same time because they crazy. That's the sad thing about it. They crazy. And this show shows it.
It's ready for people. TikToks of people just questioning people. Who's your favorite artist?
Yeah.
I know it's coming.
Right.
I'm like, if you watch it, like, oh, I wish I could talk to you. I know y'all ain't finished it. But one of her kills, yeah, I'm like, girl, shut up. Shut up. Don't say nothing else. And she got them. And like, a lot of people think that's her first role, but someone told me she was in Judas and the Black Messiah as well.
Yeah, as well as Power Project with Jamie Foxx.
Oh, sure was.
Oh, yeah.
Sure was. But she acted her ass off in this.
Right. She did crazy perfectly. Like, I see her. She gonna blow up. I already know. As far as we're gonna see a lot more of her.
And I know women that, you know, they cute, but people don't see how cute they are. But they quiet. But you know, I learned at a very young age, the quiet ones could be the fun, but they also crazy. Leave them
You said fun. That's another F word too.
Hey.
Don't y'all be putting our business out there. Mind your man.
Right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. What in the world is going on?
But they got that when she do that little. Yeah, I'm gonna leave you alone.
Right.
Like, see, some dudes think that's cute. Some dudes think nah. Like once again, y'all we be making no videos on TikTok talking about why I'm single because I'm crazy. We know. We know. Like
she gotta be a little crazy. That's like adding a little seasoning.
Brown. Crazy is the spice of life. Y'all love it. Don't act
I don't
do this crazy Creole seasoning.
I don't do the pocket chip challenge.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. When the sauce is too hot, I can't do too much sauce. I can't do too much.
You ain't about to
a little bit of crazy.
Get him some milk.
Listen, I am Nigerian spice. You watch your mouth.
Hey,
Haitian spice. What's good?
I had Nigerian food one time. Well, I take it back. My first time having Nigerian food was at a graduation party. When I tell you I was at the event, I was like, I learned right there. You can't do everything everybody else do, Brandon.
You're gonna make me go back and look at that video.
Man, okay. It wasn't all about the dragon fruit, by the way. I'll put some listening to people. Like, you know, I've been on the workout kick and all that, and I've been hitting a few vitamins, supplements, nothing crazy. I'm trying to find natural stuff, you know. But one, it was like a certain type of oil, and I didn't read it. I thought it was just something to help. No, it's supposed to clean your shit. But and when it did its trick.
And the dragon fruit.
Yeah, that's why I said I was in a bad shape. How you sip something? I'm talking about immediately. Like,
remember the food review you did, and then
Girl.
your stomach was
oh,
bubbling?
you talking about that food? Now that right there was horrible. That was horrible. Like I
said, how you gonna do a food review and then come back with the next video? Hey,
Right.
I'm gonna be in the bathroom for a minute. Hold up.
Hey, I ain't like. Hey, I letting y'all know. Like the food was bland. Like I could, cause I'm trying to be a food. If I do food, I ain't trying to bash folks.
Boy, wait a minute. That second video. Oh Lord, I watched that a million times. Most of them views is probably from me laughing.
Yep. I was like,
because the food wasn't good, and that's why I wasn't gonna talk about it no more. Because the food wasn't good. All right, it was bland. It was basically. It wasn't a black folks brunch at all. It wasn't black folks breakfast.
But you had to come back with the bathroom video. Hey
with
y'all,
the
I had to because I was in pain.
Y'all, I might not post no more videos the rest of the day.
And I didn't. I was like, in fact, I'm talking about. I was like, because I thought, man, I know my stomach ain't about to mess up like this again, for real.
Oh, I was like, man down.
Okay. Oh God. All he needed was that sound of that man talking about my stomach is stomach bubbling.
Laura never hit me back as well. We talked, she shared it with her friend. I guess some people shy. I looked her up online, but I really was gonna show up there with a mask on, like, Laura, you still get caught. And she owns them. That's why I said I let all the people arguing there the whole time. Laura owns that place. She probably one that wrote the letter.
Right, because she put again in all caps, like again.
Oh my gosh. Okay, y'all. So YouTube, we about to hop off YouTube, y'all. If y'all want to join us, we'll be back here next Sunday, same time, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here on Zoom. 1 p.m. to 1:15, 1:30 on Facebook. Then we'll be over here at 1:30 on YouTube. Want to say love y'all so much, YouTube. Make sure to share the live. Make sure to share the most recent episode. Make sure to tell somebody about it. We're at 713 followers right now. 713. I got to put that out there. Some type of milestone.
Hey.
But we're trying to get to 1,000
on Facebook. Click that like button.
Yeah, all that good stuff. Support is needed. So we're gonna be talking some business over here. But I'm gonna chop it with